Imagine you are floating in silence, no sound, no air, just the endless black, and ahead of you, something so massive it bends your comprehension before it bends light. You aren't looking at a star. You aren't looking at a black hole. You are looking at Jupiter. And right now, it is looking back at you. From here, it is almost beautiful. Swirling amber and cream. Bands of storm that stretch wider than continents. A sphere so large that 1,300 Earths could vanish inside it without filling the space. You would be forgiven for staring. You would be forgiven for thinking it looked peaceful, ancient, almost alive in the way oceans look alive from a plane. Rhythmic, hypnotic, indifferent. But that indifference is the most dangerous thing in the solar system. Jupiter does not need to aim. It does not need to act. It simply exists. And that existence alone is a loaded weapon pointed at everything you have ever known. Here is what you are not told in school. Jupiter's gravitational field is so incomprehensibly violent that it actively reshapes the orbits of asteroids, comets, and planetary debris in real time. Right now, as you read this, as you breathe, Jupiter is pulling objects from the outer reaches of the solar system and slinging them inward like a cosmic catapult. Most of the time, it catches them, swallows them whole. Scientists call it a vacuum cleaner for space debris. It has saved Earth more times than you will ever know. But it gets worse, because Jupiter is not always your protector. Sometimes, and this is the part that should keep you awake, it aims those same objects directly at us. The math is unforgiving. A slight gravitational miscalculation. A comet nudged 2 degrees in the wrong direction, and something the size of a mountain arrives at Earth traveling 60 kilometers per second. Not a meteor, not a rock. A civilization-ending projectile delivered quietly, without warning, by the largest planet in the solar system. And that's when things change. Because in 1994, the universe showed us exactly what that looks like. Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9 was captured by Jupiter's gravity, torn into 21 pieces, and then hurled back into the planet itself. Each impact scar was larger than the entire Earth. The explosions released more energy than all the nuclear weapons ever built on this planet, detonated simultaneously. And Jupiter barely noticed. It absorbed the apocalypse and kept spinning. Silence. Violence. The contrast should terrify you. Now imagine Jupiter aims something like that at us, not science fiction. The orbital mechanics that make it possible are real, documented, and actively studied. There are researchers who spend their entire careers watching Jupiter, not with wonder, but with something closer to fear, because they understand that we are not standing outside history. We are standing inside a loaded moment. But the terrifying part is this: we still do not fully understand Jupiter. Beneath those hypnotic clouds lies a mystery science has not cracked. The planet has no solid surface. Descend far enough and gas becomes liquid, becomes something that has no name. A metallic hydrogen ocean that generates a magnetic field 16 times more powerful than Earth's. And somewhere in that crushing, lightless interior, there may be a solid core, or there may be nothing at all. We don't know. Our probes have not survived long enough to tell us. Jupiter consumes them the same way it consumes everything. Quietly, completely, without resistance. The Great Red Spot, that monstrous storm system visible from Earth, with a basic telescope, has been raging for over 300 years. 3 centuries of continuous hurricane, wide enough to swallow our planet twice. And recently, impossibly, it has been shrinking. Something is happening in that storm that our instruments cannot explain. Something is changing in the oldest, most powerful atmospheric event in the known solar system. And we do not know why. This is the part of the universe they never quite prepare you for. Not the distances, not the temperatures, not the violence. It is the not knowing. The realization that the solar system you were born into, the one that feels stable and mapped and understood, is neither stable nor fully understood. It is a dynamic, volatile, probabilistic system, and Jupiter is its beating, unpredictable heart. You are not standing on safe ground. You are standing on a pale blue fragment, orbiting a medium star, protected and threatened simultaneously by a gas giant that dwarfs everything you know. The universe did not build Jupiter for you. It did not build it against you. It did not build it at all. It simply appeared 4.5 billion years ago, enormous, indifferent, and permanent in a way that human civilization will never be. And every single day, without a sound, it decides what gets through. You will go to sleep tonight on a planet that exists only because a gas giant 600 million kilometers away hasn't made the wrong move yet. And the truly unsettling part is not the danger itself. It is how quietly it operates. No alarm, no warning system, no countdown. Just the slow, indifferent mathematics of gravity, playing out across distances your mind was never built to comprehend. Jupiter does not know you exist. And if you are not sure whether to feel grateful or terrified, drop that in the comments below. Because after everything you just learned, both answers are completely correct.